versus Giant bikes versus Cervelo versus...
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact. What's up, Trainiacs? Continuing on yesterday's tone, if you haven't seen that, by the way, A, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss these killer videos, and B, go check it out right there. I want to talk about felt bikes versus Giant bikes versus Cervelo versus Specialized versus Trek, and why, thus far, I have chosen to ride Cervelo. Now, the way that I look at these 5 companies is there's basically 3 groups. In the first group, I'm gonna lump Felt and Giant together. I understand that those companies are very aggressively trying to buy market share by lowering the prices of their bikes. That said, also what I hear is that when these companies are pressed for more data on the testing and the engineering that goes into their bikes, it's a little bit lacking. Now, does that mean that it's a worse bike? Don't know. I have heard a few more stories though of, say, Giants being not nearly as stiff and Felts occasionally having defects. Now also, that said, I have heard that these companies very quickly step up to the plate to fix these problems when they happen. So you can get into these bikes for a lower price point, knowing that there might be a little bit of hassle in the quality of the bike, but they do stand behind it. Now, the Felt IA10 in the 2017 model costs $6,500 Canadian dollars, i.e. Monopoly money. And with that, you get deep section training wheels. However, they are still heavy. They aren't going to be your primary racing wheels, but you get electronic shifting with Di2. The Giant Trinity Advanced Pro No. 1 2017 model is $52.99. With that, you get outright training wheels, not even deep, and Ultegra Di2. Now let's say that we want to kind of normalize things across the board and assume that a proper set of racing wheels is going to cost anywhere between about $1,000 and $2,000, and that we want to get everything to the same spec mechanical group of Di2, which ends up costing in between, again, $1,000 and $2,000. That gets the Felt to about $7,500 and the Giant to around $72.99. Now the second group in this list is where Cervelo slots in, and in my opinion, those are the companies that spend a fair bit on research, but their bikes aren't wildly over expensive. And in this group, I put Cervelo and Trek. These are the companies that when reps start getting questioned about the process of designing a bike, the aerodynamics, the research that's put into it, the engineering, the layup, the process of getting a bike into people's arms and under their crotch, they put a lot of effort into it, but they're not just gouging you through the nose with the costs. And the bikes that I looked at with them is the Trek Speed Concept 7.5 2017 model, and for that, all you get is training wheels and SRAM force. Level that out with a set of race wheels and Di2 electronic shifting, gets you to $82.99, about $1,000 more than the Felt and the Giant. The Cervelo P3 Ultegra, granted this is 2016, costs $59.99. For that, you get training wheels, but you get electronic shifting with Di2, level that out, and you come to $79.99. Now the last group in this list is where Specialized slots in, and this is the group of companies that I think are probably overpriced, but at least they put a ton of research into their bikes. And the reason that I say this is anytime that I've tried to compare bike for bike and match up the specs, like for instance when I was buying the Cervelo S3 road bike, I was comparing it to a Specialized Venge, and when I matched it up as closely as possible, for some reason the Specialized was about $1,000 to $1,500 more. Now granted, they do a ton of work in the wind tunnel, they're fairly revolutionary on the road bike game, but they are dialing back a lot on the tri game. I understand that when they go to the road bike announcements and get asked about tri bikes, they're like, oh yeah, we've still got the Shiv over there. Yeah, it's gonna come out in a 2017 model, but there's really not a lot happening. I take this to mean that Specialized is willing to be in the tri game, but as long as they're getting paid some mad cheddar for it, yo. A 2016 Specialized Shiv Ultegra with aero wheels and Dura-Ace Di2. Basically, if you aren't getting the best of the best, don't even show up. However, it costs $10,000 in Canada. So look at those three bike companies and where they slot into each other. Felt and Giant are probably going to be the least expensive, but do you know if their research and their quality is there? Trek and Cervelo are going to be probably around $1,000 to $1,500 more expensive, but you know that they have put a ton of research into that bike, and you rarely hear of anyone having a problem with those two brands. Specialized, however, sell your children. And that's why I have tended to lean towards Cervelo over the last few years, because I know that they've put a lot of research into it. It's a quality bike, but between Cervelo and Trek, it's just slightly cheaper. And it's formerly a Canadian company, and it was the first tri bike that I got. And you know what? They broke the mold, I think literally, as far as tri bikes are concerned. So I'm a fan. Speaking of breaking, this morning's swim nearly broke me. It broke me mentally, I'll say that. It was a floaty pants day if there's ever been a floaty pants day.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Did not feel good. I knew this day would come. Where I'm at in the training is a bit of a dark place. So you know how bodybuilders, they do say like 10 to 12 bicep curls. And what they're doing is those first 8 to 10 is really just to fatigue the muscle and get it almost to failure. And then those last 2 where they're like, those are actually the reps that are causing the damage that make them stronger and build that muscle back up. You need to get yourself to the point of like just past what your body's capable of to get faster, stronger. And then it's like, whoa, holy smokes, I need to step it up a notch if he's gonna do this to me, or she. Now, endurance training is kind of the same. You need to push yourself within a workout, but also what you need to be doing is within your plan, basically pushing yourself into a little bit of fatigue, but just shy of beating yourself down. So like, let's say 1 is you're sitting on the couch. 10 is you are just smashing yourself beyond your physical limits every single day. You want to kind of edge up to maybe that 9 and 10 for a little bit, a few days, feel really beat down, and then back off. Well, I'm right there. You know, things are off when your biceps are starting to cramp just from swimming, just from existing in the water. And I knew that at some point it was gonna take a turn from, ooh, smash that workout, feeling good, feeling strong, making gains, getting faster, changing to, I hate Coach Pat. I mean, I don't, but I say that. And it just feels good to say that some days. Right on the edge of getting in that deep dark hole.
We're better off taking a bit.
You hear that? Coach Pat said I might get tomorrow off. Don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact. But you know what? It's these times that actually make you stronger, unfortunately. Getting yourself right to that breaking point, like edging up on what your body is capable of. Then you add in a taper, some rest. Then you come back feeling like a superhero, ideally. That's the plan, at least. We will try, Trainiacs, we will try.